So I'm gonna let me cut open my onion here. And I was telling you guys about fresh bread. How you gotta make sure. I'm gonna get a small onion. I'm not gonna use a lot of onion. I meant to get some mushrooms. I was telling you about fresh bread. When you buy the fresh bread, you gotta use it. This is that loaf I bought Tuesday. It's gone because my daughter has been knocking out the grill sandwiches with that sourdough. And if you guys were on the other day when we did the pimento, that's what I want to do, some pimento. Let me see if I still have some pimento left. Let me see if we have some pimento left. Is that pimento? Okay, cool. So got a little bit of pimento. So I'm going to do a pimento grilled cheese to go with my tomato soup. Latest outbreak warning. Is that real or what? So I am going to whip up. Got me some grape tomatoes. I got the grape tomatoes and got some squash and some zucchini, which I want to put this in the vegetable bin because that's going to go for this weekend when I make dinner. So I won't be using that. And I'm going to keep out the celery. I'm going to use the grape tomatoes. The avocado is going to go in the basket. I'll put it right there so it won't be in the shot. How about that? All right. Pretty much, I'm just going to dump in some stuff in our pan here. And I love having this little pan because now I don't have to like entertain over here on the shot, going back and forth to the stove when I'm doing like little small things I can put in. And I think this is deep enough for what we're going to do with this sauce. I want to make sure though I have some vegetable broth because that's gonna be the basis of my tomato soup. So I'm gonna knock out some quick tomato soup and then I'm gonna make me a grilled cheese to go with that, and I'm gonna get on the couch and binge on all the shows that I missed this week. Just got back in, got out of Atlanta traffic, been out all day. Now, normally, for those of you that are catching me today because it's Friday and you binge on Friday, normally I do this on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Started out on Tuesdays, then it's taking over Wednesday. We have our little wastebasket there. It started taking over Wednesdays. Already that onion is kicking. Started exploring all the way into Wednesday, which used to be our book club day. So now I try to incorporate This Ain't That Book Club, which is actually, and that's another thing you don't see in the shot. What is going, you guys can see the books in the shot. Okay, they can't see the books in the shot. So got a couple of books over there in the corner. Let me see, I got to find the shot over here. So, I'm going to talk about the books. And this week we're reading Winona Ink. Winona Ink is an illustrated coffee table book. It's by a sister named E.O. Elliott. And she is amazing on the illustrations. What I love, and I've said this a time or two, what I love about it being an illustrated coffee table book is because right now 2 things are really hot, and that is adult coloring books as well as memes. And so the graphic illustrations that she has in this book makes perfect memes. If you look, and for those of you that like to share, I know y'all see the little silhouette doing a little bit better since I'm trying to eat healthy this week. I told you, juicing is instant, okay? You already know, honey. I would be standing and my stomach will be over there. And juicing is instant. See the silhouette coming back into the shirt. So hopefully by this weekend I'll do good. I already done taught myself how to going to get wings or having a stuffed burger, all of that, right? So the best way I figure I can get something in savory, we had salad last night. The best way I figure I can get something savory is go ahead and make some fresh tomato soup. And I'm going to make some fresh tomato soup because then I know what's all in it. Okay, so but what I love about, for those of you that like sharing inspirational quotes, good memes and things like that, follow her, E.O. Elliott, Winona, look up Winona Warner, and I think it's Winona 532. And I guess that's maybe like a area code or something, I don't know. So basically what I'm going to do this quick and simple, not quick and dirty, quick and simple. I'm going to saute a little bit of onion in there, then I'm going to throw in some herbs, And then I'm going to put those tomatoes in there with a little celery. I'm going to let that simmer up, and then I'm going to crush it up a little bit. And then I'm going to, I probably don't need a half onion, but you know me, I love onion. Hit it off with the vegetable stock, and I will have fresh tomato soup. It's that simple. I've learned to cook this with my cooking coach, Jason Hodge. I've also learned to take it through several different variations. And you know me, I love onion soup as well, so I don't mind hitting this off with a whole onion. Or do I really need a whole onion? I better not do a whole. I'm not going to do that much. I better do a half onion. So I'll put that away. But, because that onion is already kicking me. So, can you tell my cough is getting a little bit better as well? So we'll sit that onion to the side, the other half of that onion. I'm going to need a little bit of garlic, so I'm going to reach up above here, grab me a couple of generous cloves of garlic too. And I really want to knock out some of this cold stuff. I feel like I got a little bit of a light head as well. One thing, I ate breakfast way too early today, so I probably should have eaten well before now. So I'm just going to crush up some garlic here. And crushing your own garlic is a whole lot better than reaching for that garlic salt. It's a whole lot better. Just hit it one good time and go ahead and peel that skin all off of there. It's really simple. I'm going to try to do this as fast as I can so you guys can know you can jump out of traffic, run in the house, stop at the store. Whoa, that onion is eating me alive. Run in the store and then come out with some fresh stuff. I literally, like you, got out of traffic, stopped at my neighborhood vegetable stand, which is now expanded to a wonderful little store. I forgot I had on some mascara. Which is now a wonderful little vegetable store. They get ready to expand even further. So I'm going to go ahead and can y'all even see? I know that bread's probably in the way. I put that bread up there in the basket. Does that give you a little bit more? I can bring you down some, Periscope. There we go. All right, you guys need to come down a little bit. There we go. You guys need to come down a little bit. All right. Instagram's got probably the better shot. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just give this, I don't necessarily want to mince it because somebody told me one of the things about knocking out these colds is I could have taken the garlic with a little bit of honey, a spoonful of garlic. No, somebody told me that each morning a spoon, everybody got all kind of things. Honey, look, let me tell you, all of this stuff works, okay? All works. But they said a spoonful of minced garlic with some fresh honey. I've got honey. I've got garlic. I said I was going to do it. You know what? They said it gets rid of the belly fat. And you saw my last video, honey. And let me tell you, because you already know, honey, I'm that food blogger that eats. I eat everything I post, I eat. And I shouldn't, but I do. Everything I post or even I cook, I eat. And what I have come to find out, some of these food bloggers don't eat. Ain't no way. I don't care if you eat and run right to the gym and work it all off. It's like, no, you ain't ate that. But that's why we're doing this, so that we can experience great meals. And my thing is, I go out to the restaurant. Hello, sir. Hey. Okay. Let me figure out if there's an axe murderer on the other side of the door. Where is it? Do I need to buckle you down? Yes and no. One more time. So, oh, he's like, he trying to try me. All right, so what we're going to do here, all right, I think that's about that. I'm debating on slicing up my tomatoes because I want this to go kind of quickly. So I may just go ahead and give them, and well, I think I hadn't let y'all see, you hadn't seen them close up where they pop open, like I said, bust a grape. Do y'all want to see me bust a grape? Hey, Hey, Jean Ambrose. There she is right there. Edwina Owens Elliott is on, y'all. And she is the author of the book. Alicia, come and put his thing on for me. We were talking about the book, mentioning the book. And I was talking about people who like motivational cooking. Can you put a link in there to your Instagram? That's what I need. I need them to go to your Instagram. I don't know. Somebody walked down the hall or something. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let this drain just a little bit there. Tomatoes over there. So, tomato soup. I mean, one of the things, let's talk about how I got here. Canned goods. I've been trying not to use so many canned goods in fixing our meals. And one of the things that we would often do is use, a can of tomato soup, tomato paste, tomato all this, jar sauces, spaghetti sauces, and things like that. So Jason Hodge came on with us a couple times and talked us through the process. I actually had made it, and I was actually going to add to it. He was like, wait a minute, you've got sauce right there. And so, but I was just trying to beef up. A lot of times we buy something that's already kind of semi-processed, and we try to add to it. He was like, no, just do this, take it this level. And so I found that when I tasted it, I was like, oh my God, it was so freaking good. Wasn't a lot of salt in it. It was basically, the onions and the garlics and the herbs and a little bit of seasoning. But my own sauce was so flavorful. I was like, wow. So what I've done is we go through a couple challenges of trying to bring that restaurant flavor home. And one of the ways to really do that is through the herbs. Now, most of you guys that are from like the islands, the Caribbeans, and the West Indies and all that, you guys, this is nothing. But for those of us that grew up in the South with moms and grandmothers and granddads and dads and things like that cook just basically a Southern flair, our palate was a little limited, And most people that are from the South, where they have that big jar of seasonal, and seasonal goes on everything. So I just kind of wanted to explore herbs, and I did that with what I call my healthy cooking coach. He was like, well, we hadn't really got to the healthy part yet. He was really bringing me through just basically dialing it back a little bit from processed and from canned goods and from frozen foods and so forth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of oil in my pan here. And I got onion in here already. I'll just put a little oil in the pan. Some of that good EVOO. And I need to, I've got some more. I was going to say I need to get some more oil, but I got some. So let me fill that back up. In case I'm going to need some more throughout the process of this, because I'm going to stir fry a good bit. Not stir, but stir fry. Well, I guess it kind of is. I'm still here. I'm just filling up my pan, my oil bottle over the sink here. Alrighty then. Alrighty. My daughter, when your family supports the change, they start buying you all kind of little gadgets and things like that. So I have my oil there. Alright. I know I'm going to put in a little bit of thyme. I think I've used the rosemary. I think I'm going to cut up the rosemary this time. And you just basically take your rosemary and you just kind of go backwards on it and bring that down. Oh, I said I need to cut my tomatoes. Hold on. Because one thing about using this pan here instead of the stove, it does get right to the temperature. So I'm going to go ahead and just chop up just a little bit of rosemary. I don't think I want a lot of rosemary because I really want the flavor of the thyme. But I want a little bit of this oil out of the rosemary. And I think it's oil that I'm going to get out of the rosemary. So just giving that just a little bit of shot. And plus it smells so good, y'all. That's another thing, too. When you start cooking like this, the smells that you get in your home. When I first started cooking like this, for several days. Everybody was just like inhaling me. Like, what are you doing? What did you eat? You know, kids getting in the car. What did you cook? What are we eating? And then we kind of got off track. We got off track. We got a little way because we got too busy. Didn't have time to shop. And guess what? We all got sick. We all came down with this cold. Because we stopped drinking the natural drinks and juices. We stopped cooking from scratch and started right away running back out to eat. And next thing you know, everybody's hacking and coughing. So, and I'm going to take just a look. Now, the time, I'm going to keep the time going. I'm going to put the time, just drop that into the oil, fragrant the oil. And then we're going to go in with the onion. And we're going to go in with a little bit of salt on the onion. All right. Let me see. Let's go ahead and get that on. Like I said, now this pan, for demonstration purposes, it does heat up really fast. So I'm going to grab some salt here. I'm also going to grab just a little bit of Creole seasoning. Oh, wait a minute. I want to do a little bit of I'm going to do a little bit of chipotle roasted garlic on this as well. So those are my seasoning I'm going to use. See, that pan is already hot. So what I'm going to do is let the oil go. I'm going to grab my little spatula here. And I'm going to put that to the side as well. Oh, we said we're going to do the tomatoes whole so you guys can get a sense of them popping. I'm going to move that out of the shot so everybody can get a sense, see the pan. Tell me you guys can see the pan. I was actually going to bring it closer. It's a little far away on the, we can come down a little bit because we're not chopping anymore. That's going to be it. I don't want it too close, but and you see that smoking already. So when I put this all these okay. So I'm just gonna get that time going. Good there with that. I'm gonna turn this down. I gotta figure out this temperature of this thing. Because I certainly don't want to set off that smoke alarm. Alright, so then we're going to go in with those onions. I'm going to turn my fan on here, guys. Because that will certainly set off that smoke alarm. And I'm still getting used to this pan. We've only had it a couple of days. So I got to get used to the temperature of it. And a little salt on that to bring out the sweetness in my onions. Might have been a little too much. And basically what I'm going to do here is just some tomato soup. So I'm going to stir around my onions and my onions become caramelized. Good morning to everyone. Hey, Laura, what do you mean good morning? Where are you? Where are you? I'm going to try to keep that over there. So I'm just stir frying a little bit of the onion. Y'all can see that. I think my pan did get a little bit hotter than I really wanted. I'm going to put in a little bit more oil. Because I really want the oil to mix in with that broth when I do the tomato. And I haven't done this in here before, so we'll figure it out. Just trying to bring that temperature down. Now I'm going to go in with my garlic and my herbs. My rosemary, I already had the thyme in there. Making a tomato soup, and we're gonna make a grilled cheese afterwards to go with it. You said tomatoes? Oh, I gotta get them some celery. I want some celery with this, so I'm gonna grab just a stalk or two, just a stalk of celery. I'm not gonna put too much celery in it, but what I like the celery flavor of it. So while that's going, I'm gonna go ahead and just chop down this celery right quick. And I'm only using the celery for flavoring. Well, I'll eat it in the soup as well. You'd be surprised at celery flavor, honey. And nobody know about that but them New Orleans folks. Because that's part of their Trinity, right? Alright, so we're going to get ready to go in with this. Alright, I think it's ready for my celery. And the tomatoes. We're hitting off a really quick, just a little more salt on the tomato. I'm going to put in some of my Dr. Flavor Spices Creole, which actually I got to get with her. She's going to give us some more seasoning. And then I'm going to hit it with a little bit of just chipotle, just to give it a little heat. Now this is like, these are large pieces. It looks like I'm putting in a lot, but they're large pieces in there. So now all we got to do is bust a grape. And then guess what? We bust a grape and then we have got tomato soup. So look at the thyme coming all out. And see what happens? See that stem, the thyme leaves that come off into the dish? So we're going to go ahead and pull these out as we can. And there are a time or two I have forgotten. And they'll make it on the plate, in the bowl, and all that other good stuff. And a lot of the soups and things like that we eat, a lot of that flavor, one of the reasons you can't get the flavor that you're trying to get, because it starts like this. In fact, half of the stuff that's in the seasoning packets is this, just dehydrated. Dry, herbs, dry, right? There's no different in using herbs like this, okay, fresh, than shaking it out of one of those bottles. You're like, that's not tomato soup. This is very much tomato soup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let them all, they're just going to sit there. You're going to watch them pop like popcorn. Once they start, once the heat gets to them, they'll start popping open like popcorn. That good juice will start coming out of there. And then we'll just go ahead and kind of let it stir it up again. It'll mash up on its own. We'll mash it a little bit as well. But here we go. Listen to it. Sizzle, honey. I'm going to put up some of my mess while that works on its own. I'll try and bring it down a little closer to you guys so y'all can see it. There we go. Nice in the shot. Nice in the shot. Let me wipe down this counter while I do that. Woo. So basically what we're doing right now is just letting the heat get to the tomatoes. And they're going to just pop open. They'll pop like popcorn. Bust a grape tomato, Yolanda. And then to that, once I get a nice, once they come open, then I'm just gonna add my stock. I'll turn that down so I don't have to keep talking over. Hopefully I'm good on this. So I'm just letting the heat get to them. I might turn it up a little bit. Turn it up just a little bit there. So you can see my tomato soup is going to have some onion flavor. It's going to have some celery in it. But the real basis of it is going to be the tomato. I love it when they get nice and shiny like that. Let's see if we can get them to pop. I heard one. Showing you that. I heard one popping. I guess I need to stir it. Got another one. Come on, y'all burning my stuff. Let's go with it. I'm trying to leave it off so y'all can hear it popping. But as you can see, some of them are getting, there we go. Look at this one over here. It's a sight to see. Come on, baby. Pop for mama. Oh, that's a good pop right there. See what happens to that juice coming out of there? I think we're about ready. Got a couple more. That one just popped. All right, I'm going to have to help it out a little bit. There was another one. I don't want to burn up my onion. So what happens now, once they start popping, you can kind of just go ahead and kind of just get a good mash. Oh, look at that juice. Juice going everywhere. Ah, that's some hot juice. It got me. Dang. Now, still a couple of them kind of stubborn there. Some hot juice. Woo, baby. Yeah, baby. That's going to be a nice bowl of soup. Look at that. Look, trying to be stubborn. Like, come on here. Go ahead and pop. Honey, I got to eat. I'm hungry. Now, again, this is the basis of spaghetti sauce, pizza sauce, tomato soup. Look at that. This one right here. He's like, I refuse. I refuse. Look, I refuse. Don't stay on in that end. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hit this off with my vegetable stock. So then I can let it, so we can go on and get to what we're doing. So, he said, well, you know, that's not tomato soup. That is every bit of tomato soup. That is every bit of a good old bowl of tomato soup. You just hadn't had real tomato soup. Look at this one right here. He's real stubborn. He's like, There we go. I got that joke. All right. Let's go on and hit this off a little bit more. A little bit more stock. And have you seen such a hearty soup? Hey, Rhonda, Kim, I see you guys. Have you seen such a hearty soup? Gotta taste it, y'all. See if we got our seasoning right. Look at all those herbs floating around in there. That celery, that onion, tomatoes. Let's see here. Oh my God, that's good. I've done this a time or two with mushrooms. I mean, you can just put whatever you want in there. Now, you can take this off. You can take it and go ahead and puree if you want to get puree. Put a little cream in if you want a creamy tomato, like a biscuit. Oh, my God. That's going to be good. All right. Add a little cream to it. What I am going to do, just to give it a little bit more hardiness, I'm going to go in it with a little bit of beef stock, along with the vegetable stock. And then, I'm going to put my cheese over there. Get ready to make our grilled cheese. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this now, I'm going to put this in a bowl. I'm going to get this going. Oh my God, let me see how it tastes with that beef stock. Look at that. Let me show you what a spoon of soup looks like. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Can y'all see that? All right, so now I need to find something to put this in so that we can use this pan. How much soup did I make? That's gonna be too hot. That's gonna be too hot. Better go with a pan. I'm going to. Is that my bowl? No. I can't find my little. Oh my God, that is hearty. Now what I can do is I can take this and put it. If I wanted just a basic, what if I wanted to like drink this? I could take it, put it in my NutriBullet, and go ahead and cream it on down, puree it on down, put it in the blender and all that kind of stuff. But I want a real hearty bite to go with my sandwich. So I'm gonna take this out here if I can get it out without getting that hot stuff on me. Come on, there we go. And I'm gonna pour this in this pan I have over here because we're gonna use this one. So we're gonna put that in a little saucepan we got going here. There we go. Onions, garlic, celery, tomatoes. All we did was hit it off with a little bit of saute, let those tomatoes pop. And we got us a hearty tomato soup. I've done this with French onion soup. I've done, oh my God, I can't tell you how many soups I've done. So we'll sit that over there and let that cool. I'm gonna wash this out and we're gonna do our grilled cheese right quick. And then I'm gonna sit down and binge on television. You're not gonna tell me that took forever because it did not. It only took a few minutes. Somebody out there just opened up a can of tomato soup, and they're like, wait a minute, hers is done while I'm microwaving mine. And they're like, wait a minute, I think I might want to try to make my own fresh soup. I mean, tomato soup, it comes from the tomato. Put a little onion in it, a little celery. Whatever else you like. Throw a little chicken in there if you want. I mean, you know, really. Throw it over some pasta. And like I said, if you were wanting to make that is the basis of your spaghetti sauce. If you go on my Instagram, you'll see how we did take that to a piece of sauce. We made a big old deep dish pizza, and we did the sauce like that. We didn't thin it out as much like we did with the soup. We did it kind of thick, spread it on a pizza dough, then we topped it with some sausage, and we stir fried actually sausage and onions and peppers and all kind of mushrooms. And then we took that pizza dough, put it down with just that same sauce that we just made from that from our soup there. We spread it on the piece of dough. Then we took what we stir fried, put that on the piece of dough, and then put all kind of cheese on top. Ended up with a deep dish pizza. OMG. That pizza was divine. All right, so we got our 2 books over here for our book club. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab me a couple slices. This is going to be quick, guys. It's going to be quick, I'm telling you. The thing about it, where'd this come from off the oil? The thing about it, it may take a little bit of time, but what I'm about to eat is real. It's real food. It's real food. So before I heat that pan back up, let me get my slices. Anybody else like me, you like particular slices of bread? You don't want to go like right here at the front. You want to try to find the 2 perfect slices of sourdough. Go in there and get your 2 little perfect slices. Then close it back up because you know your grandmother used to come behind you like, what you do? It's like, I didn't want the front piece of bread. I didn't want the front piece of bread. You know how old people were. They had to take all the fun out of everything. Big old good slices. Thick, like these slices are thicker than the other slices. I'm going to bring this back in the shot so you guys can see that. So basically what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to put some butter in the pan. We almost done. We finna eat. So, what I'm going to do, so I'm going to put that butter in the pan. And we're not going to turn that pan on until we're ready because that, as you can see, that thing get hot. So I'm going to go with some good bit of butter in the pan. What's going to go on that is some pimento cheese. This is a pimento grilled cheese. Pimento cheese grilled cheese. Grilled pimento. Damn, I don't know what it is. How do I say that, guys? How do I say it? I was just about to put some tomato on it like we did the other day, but no, we got tomato soup. So we're not going to do that. So I'm just going to take my pimento cheese and I'm going to liberally, because you can't really spread it. You can, but why? And remember we said, like, once you get a taste for some pimento cheese, eat it up, because you will not want no more, because it is such a rich flavor. But when you get that craving for it, you got to have it. And what I love about the sourdough bread, I'm not doing like a lot on there. It feels like one of those sandwiches off of like the Little Rascals, because the bread is like really thick today. Really thick bread. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get this on. Get that plug back in. That heat immediately going to come through there. Get that butter going for us. Drinking my little juice here. They had put these things back at the gas. I think they thought summer was coming early. Oh my God, brain freeze. So the butter's already going. Look at that pan. It's hot. I bought this pan at one of the little discount stores with the buyouts, Ollie's, and got it for like $20. And I wanted to bring something into the shot, because otherwise I have to go back and forth over here to the stove. So put that butter back in the fridge. You see how I turn my back on that pan and it starts sizzling? You see that? Cruelty to the cook. Soon as I turn my back. So I don't know about y'all, but I like my grilled cheese to go in there and grab that butter like that. I love for my grilled cheese to get all that good butter on my bread. Because if you don't get the butter on the bread when they first put it down, you won't get the butter on the bread. Okay, closing this up. So basically what I'm going to have for dinner is a bowl of soup. A bowl of, look at that cute little bowl so we can see our soup. We're going to have a bowl of tomato. Good God of mercy, this thing is hot today, y'all. This pan is smoking. Goodness gracious. I'm telling you, I want that pimento cheese to be hot. I'm telling you, I want that pimento cheese to get hot in there so to get nice and melted. And then when you bite into that sourdough, I don't care if you're making a patty melt or a grilled cheese with that sourdough. Look at there. It's got that crunch to it. I'm telling you. Let me make sure I got the other side going good there. All right, so where's my soup? All right, so here's my sandwich. Trying to get that sourdough nice and hot in there. I mean that pimento. All right, give me my bread thing. Okay, let me get this thing off. It is heated up for us today. Okay, done with that. Listen, I want y'all to listen for the crunch. Everybody can see that sandwich. Listen for the crunch. That's what I'm talking about. That's sourdough. That is sourdough. And then I got that hot pimento up in there. Look, I got to say bye to y'all like real quick because I want a hot sandwich and I want a hot cup of soup, bowl of soup. So, I'm going to get us a good serve here so that we can get us a picture. Let me get a little bit more liquid on there. Ooh, that's hot. All right, so as you can see, we've got our hot tomato soup and our pimento grilled cheese. And that is going to be my Friday night dinner. I'll bring it down some so you can get everybody in the shot. There we go. I'm telling you, that is to die for. And you see, it only took us a few minutes. Let's see, how long we've been hanging out here? 45 minutes. 45 minutes. And that is not bad. 45 minutes from running in the house, from the store with fresh ingredients. Oh, wait. Y'all want to hear this? Okay. With a mouth full, I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Look at that. That is tomato soup. That's fresh tomato soup, Periscope. All right, guys. Bye. Facebook. Y'all got comments everywhere. I don't know if y'all can see it. There we go.